I'm Jessie.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're with Moda, and we're here to show you how to make our Best in Sew prize ribbons.
Let's get crafting.
Before we get started, I just wanted to let everybody know that this is our free Best in Sew prize ribbon pattern. It will be available in the description below, or you can click the box above. In this pattern, we have 4 different sizes. Today we're gonna be making the small one. Sarah, have you ever made a Best in Sew ribbon?
I have not.
Well,
I'm super excited to learn.
This is your opportunity. Here we go.
It's a crafting. You know, you can use quilting fabric in all
kinds of things. You're right. So before we get started, let's talk about some supplies that you're gonna need.
Awesome.
First, you're gonna need a glue gun. Most important supply of all. You're gonna need some circles. This is 3 inches for the small that we're gonna make today for your pleating.
Okay.
This is 4 inches for your backing to hide all the stuff on the back.
And what is this made out of?
That's just regular cardstock from my kids' science project.
Awesome.
But you can use anything that you have on hand. If you want to use cereal boxes, your shipping boxes, shipping envelopes that you have, whatever you have on hand will work for this.
That's perfect.
In the free downloadable pattern, there's going to be a template for all of the size circles that you need to make all 4 of the different size ribbons. Fabric. You're going to need a 5-inch strip of fabric, width of fabric folded in half. I went ahead and stitched this already, so it's all stitched down the raw edge, just a regular running stitch.
Awesome.
There's pink for you.
I love pink.
I'm gonna use stripes today. You're also gonna need a 3-inch width of fabric strip, folded in half, and ruffled. You can ruffle this in so many different ways. I used the largest basting stitch on my sewing machine, and I just ruffled it by hand. How would you ruffle, Sarah?
I also would use the largest stitch on my machine, but I run 2 rows of stitching down that are about 1/8 of an inch apart. It kind of gives you a more even ruffle throughout the whole thing.
Okay. You can also use a ruffle foot if you have that. However you feel comfortable making your ruffle. That one's for you.
And this is like a full width of fabric.
That's a full width of fabric.
And how wide did I cut this?
This was cut 3 inches, folded in half, pressed, and then we did the ruffle along the raw edge.
Perfect. Okay.
Now we also need tails. So this is a 4-inch width of fabric, pressed in half, and then cut in half. So I'm only using half of the width of fabric.
Okay.
And
so
then,
about 22 inches. Okay.
And then I stitched around the edge about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I cut out my little triangles. I fold it in half, just snip right there, and just stitch all the way around, raw edge and folded edge. And then you get to pick, Sarah. You have some options here.
I get some options. Oh, boy, I love
so
options.
So you can pick in a little while.
Okay. And then is there anything else that I need?
You're gonna need a center.
Okay.
I've chosen to use this 3-inch patch that we got at market. So that's gonna be the center of my ribbon, but we also have these cute paper circles that will also be included as a free download with your pattern. So you can pick one of those.
Okay.
So many options.
This will be
go crazy.
An awesome option. Let's see. I'm going to choose this runs with scissors. And this is printed on a foam core board, right?
Yep.
So you don't have to print it on the foam core board.
No, you can print it on paper and you can glue it to your cereal box or
or a piece of foam core. You could go get a piece of foam core board
glue it to
at the Dollar Tree or wherever, and then cut out a circle and then glue it on.
Yep. You can use cardstock. You can glue the paper to the cardstock. You can cover a piece of cardstock with fabric. You can fussy cut something and center it. You can use a covered button.
You mean like this one?
Yep.
So awesome.
That's with a covered button. Yep.
I can see this is going to become very addicting.
As
I can tell from all of the ribbons on the wall back here, you had a little bit of fun making
I had some fun.
Okay, awesome.
And that's why we're sharing it today, because I can't stop.
Okay, what's our first step?
So your first step, you're going to take your pleat, which is your 5-inch piece of fabric that we folded in half. So now it's 2.5.
Yes, got it.
You're going to start on one raw edge with your stitch on the bottom, right?
Okay.
And then I like to fold this over, and I'm going to glue it so that we don't have, when we start our pleating, we don't have the raw edge.
Perfect.
So just a little bead of glue right here.
So we don't have to finish that end at all. This is kind of a no-sew project, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It's once you minimal sewing.
So we're going to be using the 3-inch circle for this part. There's different ways that you can pleat. I'm going to pleat mine as I go.
Okay.
You can take your circle to the ironing board and you can pleat it on the ironing board and press it. You can use a fork to pleat. If that's comfortable for you, you can use a pleating tool. There's so many different ways to pleat, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm just gonna show you how I do it as I go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go about a 1/2 inch into this circle.
And I could draw another circle with on there just
Absolutely,
to help me
for a
visually
guide.
if I need to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to start putting some glue in here about a 1/2 inch in.
Okay. Terrific.
And then I'm going to literally just start pleating. I'm gonna leave this piece unglued,
Okay, the very end.
the very end.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start pleating it, and I'm gonna pleat as I go, all the way around in a circle. A little bit of glue.
So
little bit of pleats.
how wide am I making my pleats? Do I want them tight, or is that a personal choice?
It's a personal choice. This is not intended to necessarily be perfect. So
Okay.
however you want to pleat them, just make sure that you're gonna have enough to go all the way around your circle.
Okay.
Better to have too much than not enough. So I'm just gonna keep gluing and pleating as I go. A little bit of glue, because we don't want it to dry before we get
Right.
all the
That's
way
what I was
around.
finding. Mine was drying up a little bit. I must have put just a little too much, or I'm
I
a little
just-
slow at pleating.
Pinch it and press it. Pinch it and press it. So we're from the South. Here in Texas, a big tradition is mums for homecoming.
Oh, yes,
And-
it is. Woo!
And mums are getting crazier by the year. Literally, it looks just like this. Only it
you
has,
would never see a mum that size.
no.
Ladies and gentlemen, these things are humongous. They cover your whole chest.
They're big, but they have a mum in the middle, like an actual mum. And then they put all kinds of ribbons, bells, embellishments, all kinds of things hanging off of them. The names of your date, the names of your school, the year that you're graduating, all of the things. And then everybody walks around the halls with these giant mums jingling throughout the school all day long.
Do you think any work gets done at school on that day?
No, absolutely not. How are they supposed to maneuver?
I
They're
know,
just
because they are
there's
literally.
lights, there's feathers, there's music. Some of them have music playing out of
So
them.
that was your inspiration for these.
That was a little bit of the inspiration. I wanted to take it a step down, but yes, these can be as crazy as you want them to be. I mean, I did make some really large ones. I liked using them for signage to show people that we had kits available. Or
I think
like,
that's a great idea. If you're a shop owner out there, this would be a great way to make a ribbon out of the fabric within the fabric line and hang it there and have a sign that says
Right.
kit available.
Kit available, or this week's favorites, employee picks, and then you put out a whole new line of fabric, or newest in shop, and then you have bestseller, whatever.
Awesome.
So when market rolled around, we thought we are the best in sew, so why not just give ourselves all the awards?
That's right. All right. So when we get to the end, what do we
All
do?
right, I'm just gonna fold over my little piece here, and
Okay.
I've actually been using something to hold it.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to use the extra glue stick. Hopefully we don't need that glue stick.
So we're gonna go all the way to the end, and we're
Okay.
gonna keep pleating
Okay.
right up to the edge.
And then am I going to fold that other end under when I get there?
Yep, we're gonna fold it under.
Just
if
like
you
we
have,
did at the beginning.
If you have extra, you can just chop it off. So there's my end. I'm gonna also make sure that when I fold this over, it's gonna cover completely, because I don't want there to be a gap right there.
Got it.
So I'm gonna make sure that this covers, and I'm gonna cut about an inch and a half. So I have a little extra right there.
Further. Okay.
And then I'm going to fold this over and glue it, just like I did at the start. And end my pleat, just like that. So we have a hole there now, but once we fold it over, we'll be able to cover it.
It all works itself. Oh, did you glue that other end also?
This end right here.
Okay. I forgot to do that.
And then for this piece, I like to put glue all the way down at the end, all the way back here,
Okay.
fold it over, and now you've got a full
And
circle.
secure it all there. Awesome. Okay.
Look,
I've got mine.
see?
Woohoo.
You pleated it.
I made mine a little bit tighter. but
And it
that's
looks
okay.
very cute.
I love it.
Let us get everything cleaned up here, and then we'll talk about the next step. Okay, our next step, we're gonna secure our pleats just to make sure that everything is
That it won't move.
safe and sound. Yep.
Perfect.
So this is a really quick little informal secure. I'm just gonna dab a little bit of glue, stick it down.
Oh, go around
Dab a
each
little
one.
glue, stick it down.
Oh, I'll be here a minute because I got a lot of pleats here.
Well, look, it's a race.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you.
Well, I don't even have a glue gun to use. Yeah, of course you're going to beat me.
We just want to make sure that these stay in place.
And as I was pleating, people, don't worry about if your pleats are 100% even. If you're a perfectionist, don't let it go. Let it go for just a minute because mine's not. But by the time we probably put all this together, you're going to see that it's not going to really. You're not going to micromanage that at all.
It's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter.
And the quirkier, the better.
Well, that's what I think is the best about this is that you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it, and no two are ever going to be alike. This would also be a good make and take. If you're a shop owner, this would be a great make and take to bring your customers in to show that there's lots of fun things that you can do.
Also, if you're not a shop owner and you're just a quilter and you want to make these in a class at your local quilt shop, let them know. They can pack up little kits, make it easy. Everybody can sit down and make little emotional support ribbons for everybody.
That would be super fun.
Okay, next step is the ruffle. This is a 3-inch by width of fabric strip that I have already ruffled. You're gonna use your longest basting stitch on your machine, and then you're just going to ruffle. You're gonna pull your back thread and ruffle the entire width of fabric. And then we're gonna start this kind of like we started the pleats, and we're going to...
Does it matter where you started on this, or you just pick...
No.
It doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't matter. We're gonna start by folding over our raw edge, again, just like we did on the pleat. And it doesn't matter where you start. It matters how roughly you want it, and you want to make sure that the hole in the middle of your award is small enough to be covered by your 3-inch circle.
Got it.
So I'm just going to kind of lay mine out to make sure that I have the length that I want and the ruffle that I want.
Because I'm probably going to be trimming this too a little bit. Because it is going to be a little bit longer.
And then make sure that, see, this one, I made it a little too big, so I'm going to shrink up my circle a little bit so that I know that it's going to fit.
So it doesn't necessarily have to match up to the edge of your first ruffle that you did.
No, it doesn't.
Your pleating
this one, I'm making it a little bit bigger actually. And then I'm going to place my circle in the middle just to make sure that it's going to fit.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
so then I'm just going to start gluing.
Okay.
Right along. Like I'm going to even use my stitches as a guide from the pleat.
That's a perfect idea.
Put my glue along the stitches.
And that stitching was about a 1/4 inch, I believe, is what it looks like to me. Okay. Look, we can share a glue gun. Mm-hmm. Good thing we like each other. And you know, for people out there that don't know, Jessie and I have a lot in common. We both love pink. Go ahead.
We both love hearts because
we have our birthdays on Valentine's Day.
Both of us.
Both of us. And we love to do fun and weird things.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go back all the way to the edge. And I'm going to press it down. And then I'm going to leave, like, I don't know, a 1/2 inch overlap so that I can fold this edge in also and glue it down.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut right into my ruffle. I'm going to fold it over and glue it down, just like all of the other
Just like we did before.
Yep.
Just like we did before.
And I'm going to overlap it. And you can fuss with it while you're going around. Make sure that it's fluffy the way you want
it to look. And so in this endeavor for Quilt Market, how many total ribbons have you made?
762,000. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. A lot. Like 100, maybe 75. The bigger the better. The more is more, you know. Just go crazy.
You know, like you said, we do things all big here in Texas, so we had to do it big at Quilt
Everything's
Market.
bigger in Texas, including Quilt Market and Moda Booth.
Okay.
Okay, so we're ready for our center. If you have some patches laying around, now's the time to use them. It's perfect for this. 3 inches, or you know, if you're even going smaller, you can use a smaller one. Bigger, you can use a bigger one. I'm gonna use this Cut Sew Create patch. We also, don't forget that there will be free printable downloads within the pattern. Here also, if you would like to embellish before we glue down, is a good time to add like one of our,
So you mean like embellish, like on this one, we use the, as I like to call them, dingleberries, but the pom-poms.
pom-pom trim.
I love me a good dingleberry.
That also works if you have accidentally made your ruffle too large. It will cover up any like mistakes.
Awesome.
You can also use all those tags that are very popular right now.
Super popular now.
Right here, I've gone tag crazy. I put them on everything. So you can do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and put one on mine, and I'm gonna glue it to the circle, and then I'm gonna glue my circle into my center.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So I have a perfect one for you, Sarah.
You do? Oh, it's a heart. It's a pink heart. It's awesome.
I'm gonna use a pink heart also, because obviously we should match.
We should match.
So I'm just gonna glue it to, I glued it a little shut so that it doesn't mess around with me, but I want mine to be kind of off-centered. So I'm gonna glue it right to the back. Put a little glue here.
See, I just winged it.
Yeah, you just went for it.
So
That's
now
fine.
do I put a ring of glue around my circle?
Right around the edge. Yeah, you don't need anything in the center because it's probably not even gonna hit the center.
Oh,
So
because
just right
of
around
the
the edge.
thicknesses from the ruffle and the pleat. Okay. And you can play with how I want this and where I want the most ruffly things to show and all that kind of stuff. You pick your favorite direction. Okay. Woo! I'm loving it. Loving it.
Just press that down. What do you think?
Okay.
All right, Sarah, we're getting close to the end.
Ooh,
Are you
okay.
ready to do tails?
I'm ready to have a tail.
Next is tails.
Okay.
All right, and now it's time to attach our tails. This is our 4-inch strip by width of fabric that we've cut in half, and I've stitched around about 1/8 of an inch around the whole thing, raw side and folded side. I'm gonna fold it in half.
Fold it in half. Okay.
And I'm kind of gonna give it like a little opening, because
oh, like a ribbon.
Yeah.
Just like a ribbon.
just like an award ribbon,
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna tack it down right here with a little bit of glue so that it doesn't shift while I'm putting it together.
If you really want to go wacky, you can make your tails not even.
Yeah, you could, obviously. I gave that one 5 tails, so
Yeah.
do what you want.
You can do all kinds of things with
Do
the
what you
tails.
want.
Okay.
Okay, I'm only gonna do 2 tails.
Okay.
You're
And
gonna
then I saw a tail that matched my ruffle. I want to add this
Okay.
to mine, if that's
So,
okay.
yeah,
so
glue it right-
do I want to glue that on right now?
Yep, glue it
Okay.
right down to the middle,
Okay.
right on top. And that one is actually the same tail cut in half again. So, this one gives us 2 tails.
So you're gonna have, once you make one strip, you're gonna have enough to make 2 or 3 or however
Yep.
many ribbons you want to make.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay.
Since we already have our centers glued on, we want to make sure that our tails are where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to put my tails.
You don't want your tail in the wrong place.
You don't want your tail off. You don't want your tail off center. So you can do it just long like that. There's some that have little short tails like that, and that's really cute too. I'm going to set mine where I want it to be,
Okay.
and I'm going to flip it over.
Okay.
It's all centered. And then I'm just going to hold it all together, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here.
Okay. Fold that back and glue it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I have, my tails are perfectly centered. Now, I feel like this needs something else on it though, because more is more, and
love it.
Renaissance has made some really adorable ribbons. I'm gonna add some ribbons also hanging off of this.
Okay.
I'm gonna use some
the
balloon animals.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Sarah, do you want a ribbon?
Can I have some of that little black and white check that's on the top?
Yes, ma'am.
I would love that. How long do I cut that? You just kind of cut off a piece and go for it.
Yep.
So this is also a good project. If you've got leftover ribbon scraps or fabric scraps, you can use that.
Layer
within
it
this
up.
project.
Yes, absolutely. Layer it up. Add bows. We've got thin ribbons over here. We've added a bow right here. So I even turned one into a little quilt tag. So I just folded it in half and turned it into a quilt tag and added that.
Great. Okay.
So this is
time
just
to play.
Time to play.
And have a lot of fun.
I think I'm going to do one here and one here.
Okay. So I just need to decide where I'm going to put mine. I think I'm going to put mine down the center of each one of those.
Well, that's turning out very adorable.
Okay. You know, anytime you add black and white to a project, it always
Hot
makes
pink, black and white.
Hot pink, black and white. What can go wrong? Nothing.
I'm going to glue my ribbon up underneath my pleat. so that you can't see the
So
top
you can't
part.
see the, yep, that's
And
where
I'm going to cut this off. I'll trim off the end in a second once I get all of my other stuff laid out. Glue this one on as well.
got it going down there. Awesome.
So I'm going to cut mine.
You're going to match the point on there?
No, I think I'm just going to
Oh, go straight across. Oh, fun.
go like this. Go like
I
this.
love it. I'm actually just going to go straight.
And then for these ribbons, I'm going to actually use a little bit of fray check at the bottom so that it doesn't get unraveled. If you don't have fray check, then you can also use a lighter on this ribbon to just kind of melt the edge so that it kind of seals itself. I'm just going to put a tiny little dot of fray check at the edge. I don't want it to, mess up my ribbon, but I also don't want that to come on.
You don't want it to
unraveled.
start raveling.
Right.
As people are going to come up and ooh and ah and touch all over it,
course.
right? Put a little on mine.
We could keep going. I mean, we could put zipper charms. We could put patches. We could put pins.
You got quite the assortment little box
This is
here.
a little box of goodies I put together.
Uh-huh.
We're going to keep playing with all these little tchotchkes.
fun.
And we'll come back in a minute with our finished ribbons. Okay, now that we've finished embellishing, I think, maybe.
Well, you're never done embellishing. You can always add more.
Add more. I'm going to finish this off just by covering up the back of our ribbon. Just give it a little bit more finished look. My 4-inch square or circle, because I know shapes.
Yeah.
My 4-inch circle. I'm just going to put a ton of glue on it, and I'm going to press it to the back. And then it gives it a nice clean look. You can pin this. You can put a little loop on it. You can add a pin bar to the back of it to wear it. So many options. Present these to your friends. What do you think?
I love it.
Did you have fun?
I had a ton of fun. And
How many more are you going to make when you get home?
2,492,000.
Now she's trying to beat me. She's trying to be better than me.
Well, I am a little bit older than you are. So I've been collecting all kinds of stuff because, I have one of those things, those issues where I collect way too many things.
And then you don't get rid of them.
And then I don't
now
get rid
you know
of
what
them.
to do with
and
them.
now I know exactly what to do with them.
We hope you guys have as much fun making these as we did. Sarah, what would you put in the middle of an emotional support ribbon? If you were going to make one for me, what would you put in the middle of it?
I heart you.
Oh, how cute. I was just going to say I would put a giant heart in the middle of yours.
I know. We were both on the same page.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you guys have as much fun making these as we did. Sarah, thank you so much for making ribbons with me.
I love this.
Have fun crafting.